thanks for checking out Delectable Floral Arrangement. If you want to know more about us, I'm going to put the link to our website right now on the screen so you can check us out. And today what we're going to do is to arrange with these beautiful roses. I picked them up from the grocery store this morning, and we're going to turn that into this beautiful gift box arrangement. And so a couple of things about picking out your flowers. Apparently when you go to the grocery store, you want to make sure the roses look fresh, and it could really be any color that you want to use, but you do need to make sure that they can fit in the box. So you don't want to buy those really expensive, really large roses. And when you order the box from our website, it comes with this little tool, which is a card that marks how tall the flower can be. So on the card, the pink part is how tall your flower can be maximum in order to fit in the box, and close the lid. However, if you don't want to close the lid, I guess it doesn't really matter anymore. And the green part is the stem, is the ideal length or the minimum length that you need when you cut the flower in order to arrange it in the box. The other thing when you pick out your flower is you want to make sure you pick out something that gives you good coverage. So when you put the roses in, you won't see the green foams around the flowers. So I picked out these lacy green plants from the grocery store as well, along with the roses, but you don't have to use these. You could use green hydrangeas or other colors of hydrangeas. Usually they provide really good coverage as well. So without further ado, let's get to work. So when you order from our website, this is the box that you will receive. It comes in this beautiful shade of blue, and it's really good quality of paper. It has really nice texture on it, and it has floral foam already fit inside of it, and it's very secure. And I have also put these green moss along the edges, so it looks pretty nice. And once we have flowers inside of them, it's going to be great. And a couple other things that you are going to need is you need water, because the first thing that you're going to need to do is to wet the foam. And you will also need possibly a small container of some sort, so when you cut the flower, because you want to make sure it kept drinking water, so a shorter kind of container, after you cut it, you can stick it in there. So first thing first, we're gonna wet the foam. You will need fresh water and also a measuring cup. Basically, when you get the box, you're gonna see the foam is divided into two sections, and each section requires 2.5 cups of water. And so this is 2.5 cups. Just remember, when you pour it, be slow, because you really want to give it time for it to absorb that water. And you can go back and forth like this. First step to arrange the boxes, I usually like to lay the background first. And I remember when I went to flower classes, the teacher said, these green foams are like your underwears. You have to wear them, but you never want to show. So these things are for you to cut them and to cover these underwears for the flowers. And what you need to do is you can use any kind of scissors or cutter. I'm going to use this big heavy-duty one, and I'm just going to cut it. That's kind of this tall, and place that throughout the box. And I'm going to be doing this for the next 5 minutes, so I'll be right back. Ta-da! I came back. I put in some of these lacy green plants into this box. And it's not really providing too much coverage, but I think in this case I'm not worried about it, because the flower itself is tall enough, and we're going to want the flowers to really completely sit on the foam. I don't expect that you would be able to see much of the foam through the flowers at all, and I think these greens will just provide little interesting texture popping up in between the flowers. So let's talk about the flowers next. And you can always use this tool to determine how much you should cut, right? And I think it's roughly about 1 inch underneath the bulb. So, and also when you cut, make sure you cut a 45-degree angle. And so this will provide a really easy way to insert your flowers into this. And this one I just cut is really beautiful, so I'm gonna put it in the center. Push it in and try to not damage your flowers. So for the next few minutes, I'll be putting all these flowers into the box, so I will be back momentarily. Okay, so I've finished adding all of my remaining green lacy leaves, and I think it looks just fine now. And I think this will make a really lovely gift to any brides and to any friends that has a special day coming up. And now it's the big time to test and to put on the lid. And what's really good, you can see the flowers can actually come out of the box, and you can actually put them on the table and enjoy them as a real arrangement. It's not like they completely recessed into the box, which is something really special about the design of these boxes. And because you can close the lid, and you will just be careful of these little pieces that wants to stick out, and try not to squeeze them too much. And but if you can just use your finger to kind of gently push them in, that should be just fine. And I think I did it. Ta-da! Everything went in, and there is nothing got squeezed. Please let me know what you thought of today's video. I would really love to hear from you. Leave a comment, send me an email, check out our website, and I would really love to see the kind of flower arrangement you have created with our boxes. Please stay tuned. See you next time. And when I picked these roses from the grocery store, I intended to pick the ones that's a little more open up. You can see that you can see more of the center of these roses compared to some of the very, very close-up ones. So if you want to design your arrangement in the box, you really can play with both, but I personally really love to see the texture of the flowers, and I think that's really the funnest part of this box arrangement, because you look at the flower from a completely different perspective and angle, so you see so much texture of the flower. And if you have less flowers, there is a very nice trick about roses, which is called to fold the rose petals, right? And if you just YouTube those words, I think you can find quite a few videos that really experienced florists will teach you how to fold the petals, but pretty much the rose will look like this. So they look like they're more opened up, and when you put them in the boxes, they're going to take up more space as well. So if you have less roses, that's a good trick to use. And I don't think we have that problem today so much, so I folded some of them, and maybe we'll use them at the corner ones, but really for most of them I'm not going to fold the petals.